3 years and 3 days, almost to the date. If I'm recording in drop C, which is what I consider my standard tuning, it's the guitar I reach for. It's hands down the nicest guitar I've ever owned. And while I've always been a proponent of using what you have and how affordable gear can get you a really great sound, there is something to be said about playing a really nice guitar and the feeling you get, or the feeling that it inspires by playing it. And I got this immediately from this guitar. I am a Solar artist. Obviously, I'm low down on that depth chart. I'm not given free guitars. I do get a modest discount. Ironically enough, I've yet to use it. You see, my wife bought me this guitar 3 years and 3 days ago, before I was a Solar artist. It was getting this guitar, seeing the quality, loving how it played, that inspired me to try and become a Solar artist and really step up my game. It's stupid. We live in a world now where I need to obviously say that I am not paid by Solar to say anything good about the guitars. But as most of you know, haters are gonna hate, and I'm sure that'll be brought up in the comment section. So let's just nip it in the bud right now. This guitar was purchased with our own money. I have a Solar baritone that was purchased with my own money. The baritone I found locally in the States, and I bought it off of reverb.com, so I did buy it off the secondhand market. And it too has been an inspiring guitar, a rock solid guitar. And everything that I say about this guitar can be applied to that baritone. That being said, let's dive into some of the details about this guitar, some of the things I love about it, some of the things I don't like about it, and address any issues that I've had with it thus far. So 3 years and 3 days, what does the guitar look like? Well, you saw the B-roll. It has some minor wear and tear. It has some signs of being played, but overall, the guitar still looks and plays beautifully. I love the neck on these Solar guitars, on both of these Solar guitars that I own. The shape, the contour, the satin finish, it's beautiful. It is easily my favorite neck on all the guitars I own. I'm a fan of the open grain aesthetic, the satin finish, like I mentioned before, in the matte black. It's super cliche, but it's pretty damn metal. This guitar and my baritone Solar can be heard on every single one of the tracks that I've released over the last several years. This guitar, as well as my baritone Solar, are both equipped with Evertune bridges, which to me is game-changing. The tuning stability is out of this world, and it works as advertised. Needless to say, I'm a believer in the Evertune, and if I could have one in every one of my guitars, I would absolutely do that. And yes, you can set them up to bend a note. The Solar Duncan pickups in this guitar have been everything I could need or want in a pickup. I play in drop C, it's my standard tuning, and I get the nice girthy low end that I like. I get that tightness, it doesn't get flubby, and it has a nice chimey high end that isn't too harsh. Again, if you want to hear these pickups paired up with my Helix, you can hear it in any one of my tracks released over the last couple years. The only opportunity or room for improvement this guitar does have is how close the tuning pegs are to one another on the headstock. With my fat man hands and fingers, I do occasionally have a hard time getting in there to turn the tuning keys, but luckily, as stated before with the Evertune, I am hardly ever touching those things. But I gotta be honest, they're just a little too close. It did come equipped with black Goda locking tuners, which I think is a nice touch. Now I'll touch on the neck, which I know some people have had issues with some Solar guitars, and I have not experienced any of those issues. I've seen one guitar in the wild with those particular issues, and I can't speak to why that's happening, how it's happening. All I know is I have had a conversation with Ola about it at the time all the controversy was happening, and he was very empathetic about what people were going through, and he said all the customer had to do was inform Solar Guitars of the issue, and they would work with him to rectify it. That being said, I baby my guitars, I take care of my guitars. I don't not play them. They have dings, and there's obvious wear and tear, but I do take care of them. I do maintain them. I keep my fretboards clean and hydrated. I keep my frets polished. I keep them as climate controlled as possible, keeping them in a space both steady and consistent for temperature and humidity. The only thing I can speak to is the experience I've had with my Solar guitars, and again, both of them have had zero issues when it comes to frets or neck problems. And with that, what else can I say? I love this guitar, I love my Solar baritone, and I can't wait to get another one. But I guess that's it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Special shout out to those of you supporting me over on Patreon and of course here as members on YouTube. If you're looking for other ways to support me, the channel, and what I'm doing here, I of course have music for sale on Bandcamp and available everywhere music is streamed. Links for merch is down below. If you're a Line 6 Helix, HX Stomp, or Pod Go owner, I do have preset packs available on my webpage. Links again down below in the description. And if you happen to be some of the few people following me who own a Fractal FM3, I also have a preset pack available for it, available on my webpage. Thanks again guys for watching. Take care of yourself, be useful to someone, and we'll see you in the next one.